What is up, Dokkan player? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Blaze, and we are back with another Dokkan battle video. And today, before we start the video, of course, hope he's having a very good day today. So today we have here another no item run for the newest stage of Extreme Super Battle Road, which of course is going to be Universe 6. This was kind of tricky, I'm not gonna lie. The first two stages are probably the most dangerous because you have to worry about 5 opponents, so that means you have to worry about 5 super attacks. But this did take a couple of tries. I did finally tweet it here on Twitter because I haven't seen anyone on Global specifically actually post the results as a no item run. So when I actually finally got on break, which was actually probably like what 3 hours later, I finally was able to tweet my team build here. So this is gonna be the team build. Now, of course, this is meant to show you that if you actually use this team build, you should be able to get this done with items. The no item run is just for extra bonus points, but I mean, if you use the exact team build using 8 items, you'll definitely be able to get this done for the Universe 6 Extreme Super Battle Road. So, of course, we also brought here definitely maybe arguably #1 MVP, the Khalifa. We brought the SSR and the TUR. And one of the reasons why is because when you are against a Pure Saiyan or a Universal Survival Saga, they do have a 100% chance to dodge. And also, if you're not against a Universal Survival Saga or a Pure Saiyans, Khalifa has a 8% chance per Universe 6 or Pepe Girls on a team. So I believe my math is right. If we're gonna be 7 or 8, I believe we have here like at least a minimum 56% chance to dodge, or maybe even higher, 60% chance to dodge. I'm not too sure about my math right there, but Khalifa still has a really good chance to dodge. Now we also have here, of course, here the STR Kel. And the reason why is because STR Kel can do multiple super attacks if you're against a Pure Saiyan or a Universal Survival Saga. But more importantly, she has a guard ability when you have Khalifa on the same turn. But again, even though she's rainbowed and she's not fully max 710 links, even with the guard, and even though she does stack defense on her super attack, she can still definitely get caught here. So Kale is just, she's really there just for emergency. If you don't have Kale, you can definitely use your Berserker Kale, the Fizz version, because she does have 60% damage reduction. But I found them both equally. It's just that, it's to your preference who you want to put on your team build. The only reason why I decided to bring the STR Kale is because in the last phase, Whis is going to be a physical type. So we also brought here, of course, the LR Kale Khalifa. LR Kale and Khalifa can actually put in work because they do so much damage on their 18 key super. And the fact that you are against a Universal Survival Saga team, they can do multiple attacks, but also which will increase their chance to dodge as well. So they're also a definitely must bring. And then, of course, Hit here with his meme chance to actually stun the enemy when your whole rotation is full of Universe 6 allies. He has a meme chance to actually stun the enemy, which is only a 30% chance. Now, Hit is definitely going to be the MVP. And one of the reasons why is because he also can lower the opponent's attack. But more importantly, he has 2 types of stuns. He has a 50% chance to stun on his super attack effect for 2 turns. And then he has a 50% chance to stun the enemy for 1 turn on his passive, either to super attack or a normal. So Hit can actually do a double stun. Now, the first few stages aren't so difficult. And the reason why is because if you can have your Tech Khalifa in slot #1 on each rotation, and then you have Hit on slot #2, because that's going to be our main rotation, we keep Hit on slot #2, it becomes pretty simple. The reason why is because Hit, even if he doesn't actually stun the enemy, he does get a good portion of his defense after he super attack. So he's no longer kind of a glass cannon when you are against these opponents. So the main strategy when you want to go ahead and actually go into the first stage is that you actually want to try and get rid of... Normally, what you try and do here is that for Hit, you want to try and get rid of the characters who are type disadvantaged, so you want to go for TN. But it all depends on the situations. As you guys can see here, we actually went for Android 18, and then we went for Master Roshi because they're like the most dangerous targets at that point. But now, since we have this type of rotation, and we have here, I believe that's Krillin attacking and like after Hit, right? Yeah. So since Hit is only facing Krillin, then we for sure go for TN because Hit is not going to do any damage to... Krillin is not going to do any damage to Hit right here. The reason why is because we have type advantage, and Hit is also going to super attack first. So since he's going to super attack first, we take here double digits, and on top of that, Vados as well is also providing support to Hit, which is really good. And they also share very important links. One of the key important links that they do share, would actually makes them a really strong rotation, is that I believe they share a Cold Judgment, if I'm correct. Cold Judgment is definitely going to be really powerful, especially if you have it fully maxed level 10 links. And the reason why is because it gives you extra defense. And it works really well with Vados because Vados, as you guys know, does seal the opponent and also lower the attack as well. Now, I did see Truth showcase for the no item run, and he did bring here instead the easy physical Kefla. But I felt like it's much more better, in my opinion, to bring here Vados because number one, she's debuffing, and number two, she's providing support to the entire rotation, which I believe is 40%. So I felt that was much more beneficial to the entire team, just because again we can also make this lockdown combination or rotation once we actually face only 1 or 2 enemies. So it really is just now kind of a slow burn, and also try and get the Dokkan meter for the last phase, because there's only 2 enemies. So again, we come to this rotation. Again, it's just a very slow burn. We do take some damage throughout the event, and now it's just trying to get as much HP back as possible. Normally, when you have this much HP and you go into the second phase, it's almost like a loss, I want to say. But you do have to try and just go with the RNG when you're trying to do these types of run for extreme super battle no item runs. So I decided to push on because I mean I have nothing left to lose, and also it's actually very difficult to find a hit at 100%. Because I kept going to this event and I just kept finding SCR Kefla. So, you know, if I'm going to have a bad rotation with the tech hit, I might as well just keep going with it and never know what happens. So again, this is the really good situation, but also very bad. So I see the layout of the attacks, and most of the attacks are going to be at the back. Again, Vados only has a 50% chance to dodge, which again is better than nothing. So because there's less attacks in the front compared to the back, I decide to rotate off the Tech Khalifa, even though she has a 100% chance to dodge. And the reason why is because, as you guys see, there's multiple attacks at the back. So really, we have to pray on Vados that she's going to dodge all those attacks. And also, we have to pray that Hit is actually also going to stun Gohan, because we're going to seal Goku with Vados. So at least Hit is not take any damage from Goku after he super attacks. So now we get super by Android 17, and he's actually pretty annoying because he's like the kryptonite for Hit. But luckily, Vados comes in clutch with the beautiful dodge, and then now we go for Gohan. And at certain points, Hit can actually one-shot one of these characters, and again, it's because he is sharing 4 links with Vados, and he's also getting support with Vados as well. And since we got the crit, we actually take out Gohan in one shot, which I was really surprised, but really happy with that. So now our rotation is looking really good. Again, in this mode here, when you are facing multiple enemies, it's really good if Hit can actually use his meme chance to stun the enemy, because it actually sets the pace. Even on turn 1, if we are actually able to get the stun on the entire rotation, it would definitely make the run a lot more easier. Because again, when you're facing 5 enemies, you have to worry about 5 super attacks, which is really annoying. Now, is this as much more difficult, for example, as Extreme Super Battle Wicked Bloodline back in the day when we did not have Cooler? No, I don't think so, because again, Khalifa is just a really big hack, very consistent. I got to the last stage probably like at least maybe like 10 times, and the issue I had with that is that whatchamacallit here, Hit did not get the chance to stun the entire rotation, and Beerus was like attacking a billion times in the front. So it was just, you know, it depends on the RNG when you get to that last phase. So now you can see our Khalifa is dodging like a queen, the best, probably, again, you can maybe say she's the MVP of this run, for this no item run. But for me, Hit definitely takes the cake for the last phase. I do see here that actually Kale at the back is me against Frieza, so I make sure I go and I take care of Frieza with Hit. We actually get the double super, and we actually even dodge here as well, which is fine. But I wasn't worried about Goku because again, Goku is sealed and is also debuff, and we're also able to get a super attack, so we don't have to worry about Goku. So now we go and, of course, try and kill Goku as much as possible. This is where Kale comes in really clutch with her additional super attacks, because we're just doing massive damage. I maybe could have went for Vegeta instead, but I feel like it's better to go here for what's his face here, for Goku. Now this actually played really well again. No stun from Hit, unfortunately, but the attacks in the front are going to be Goku, who's been again debuffed, and we have your type advantage with Kale and Khalifa. So right now we're just kind of rolling the dice, and I make sure I go for Vegeta in this case, because in my runs I've noticed that Vegeta actually is actually not that tanky. And if the girls actually get all their super attacks, which I believe they can do 4 super attacks, if I'm correct, we can actually one-shot Vegeta. So we decided to roll the dice. Again, I could have maybe put Vados in the front, but Vados is just a coin flip. So I decided to go with the girls because they're much more consistent. And also on top of that, they do also build their chance to dodge, which I believe is a 6% chance each time that they attack. So I decided to like put them in the front and maybe take care of Vegeta, which I think we do. I'm pretty sure we do with the LRK and Khalifa. There goes again another super attack, and I think we get one more. So Kale and Khalifa, they do so much damage, which is really good, especially when you have support. And yeah, there we go. There goes the 4th super attack, and I think we take care of Vegeta. With a crit? Do we take care with a crit? No, we don't. Oh no, Vegeta barely survives. Okay, but we do get a dodge. Okay, that's fine. So of course I go for Goku. Do we maybe get a double super from Hit? This part I don't remember. I do know that we do take care of Goku because now he needs to be taken care of. Okay, and we actually get the double super from Hit, so we take care of Vegeta, which is very good because Vegeta hasn't super attack yet, so that might have been a super attack, but Hit comes in clutch with the additional super, and now we're able to seal and debuff Android 17. And unfortunately, we don't dodge. So again, you can see her, this is the reason why I decided to put Vados at the back, is because she's been just very inconsistent with her dodging. So we do take a lot of damage, and I'm just furious because now I have to use the Dokkan attack to heal up because, I mean, number one, there's no way I can actually kill 17 this phase with all these characters. So I decided to go for the Dokkan attack with Hit. And again, you normally want to save this Dokkan attack in the last phase because if you're able to get the stun with Hit and you give him the Dokkan attack, it's almost guaranteed going to be a one-shot because he's going to have his full passive activate. So I was like, oh my god, there's no way that we're going to get the run done now at this point since we used the Dokkan attack. But again, Hit is the reason why we actually get this done. He is the MVP for this no item run. So do we actually kill 17 this phase? We do. Okay, yeah. So we take care of 17, which is fine. So we do heal up above over 50% of our HP. And now this is, like, each time I come into this event, this last phase, I've never gotten the stun from Hit until now when I don't have the Dokkan attack. So at this point, I go for the kill. I go for Beerus. I think the smartest thing to go for is going to be Beerus because Beerus has the most amount of HP. Maybe you could have gone for what's his face here, for Whis, but the thing is that we have multiple tech characters on his team build. So since Beerus is stunned and Hit has his full passive, I decided the best thing to do here is to go for Beerus since we can take advantage of Hit's damage and our tech characters can kind of survive. So again, Hit comes really clutch with the medium chance to actually stun the enemy. We definitely go for Beerus. And I think we get a double super as well. So there goes additional super attack. Really, really clutch moment. Because now we're just doing a lot of damage to Beerus. And then LRK and Khalifa, if they can maybe triple super, that would be really good. I don't think we get a triple super, which is fine. But we actually almost killed Beerus on this first turn. So you can see here, there goes the guaranteed additional attack, which is a crit. And we just barely killed Beerus, which I was a little bit annoyed, to be honest. Because one more super attack and we would have definitely for sure killed Beerus. But there we go. Again, the MVP activates sex mode, god mode, assassin mode, whatever you want to call it. We actually get another medium chance to stun the entire rotation. So, of course, what we're going to do here is that we're going to go for Hit. Now, at this level, I decided to rotate off the Khalifa. And the reason why is because I want to actually create this seal lockdown on Whis, because we're for sure going to kill Beerus. It is a big risk because Whis still hits hard even with the debuff, but at least he's not going to super attack. So I decide, you know what, let's just go and seal Whis, keep Vados on rotation, and she also has here a 50% chance to dodge. So even if Whis is not stunned, at least he'll be sealed, and at least we have a chance to dodge, and he's also gonna get debuff. So we make sure we go for Whis with Vados. Again, another counterpart, which is pretty interesting because, again, Whis is going to be type advantage against Vados. So now we take care of Beerus. I was actually debating if I should maybe just go for Whis with hit right there, but I did not want to take a chance by not killing Beerus. So I decided to go for Beerus. There goes the additional super attack from Khalifa. Now again, Khalifa still has a really good chance to dodge. And the reason why is because based on the number of characters, Universe 6 or Pepikas on your team, the SSR has a 6% chance per unit, and the TUR has a 8% chance. So again, I see there's only one attack in the front. Whis is debuffed and he's also sealed, so I don't have to worry about a super attack, but you can still see here that he's still doing a lot of damage. So now I have to rely on hit to stun the enemy, but more importantly, to debuff him, and we actually don't get the stun, so that was really scary, but we are able to survive the turn because we've been debuffing Whis from Vados and from hits. It's just unfortunate that we did not get the stun on this turn, because I think Khalifa at the back, if we actually got touched, we might have been KO'd. So again, even with a double debuff, the LRs are taking 26k, so I was really nervous at this point. But we actually get the dodge from Khalifa, which is really good. So now we have multiple attacks in the front. There's no way I'm going to put Vados in the front, and there's no way I'm going to put Hit in the front because we're going to take too much damage. So I decided to put Kale in the front because of type advantage. This was basically the RNG run. And the reason why is because if, I believe, in my opinion, if Whis was going to super attack in the front, we would have lost the run because our HP definitely would not have been enough. Because you can see we're taking here about 17k. So I'm assuming with a super attack and the additional normals, we would have taken over 300k of damage. So I was just praying, hoping that we don't get super, which we did not. And then Hit comes in to the rescue with a beautiful stun. Get out of my face. And then here comes the additional attack as well, which is fine. And then now again we create the seal lockdown with Vados and debuff again Whis here. So next phase we have nothing to worry about. And then not only that, the first attack is going to be our character attacking, so we take care of Whis, and there goes the no item run for Universe 6. Definitely very tricky, but if you guys definitely use this team build with items, it's going to be a lot easier for you. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know your team builds. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit the like button, sub for more videos, come down below. Again, as far as no item runs, it seems that we are back on top because I have not seen anyone. So, as the super battle god, it is what it is. Alright, so I'll say again, thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace!